everyone, this is Susie with Creative Cafe, and I have made some of these little art journals. I got the tutorial from Genevieve's here on YouTube. Anyway, she's had that video out for some time, and I bookmarked it a long time ago because I knew I wanted to make some of these. And but anyway, I finally got around to doing that, and I have to tell you, these things are so fun. They're so quick to put together. They're almost addictive once you get started. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the insides of every one of these here. They're just so much fun to make. I couldn't get over how much I enjoyed it. But what I used is mostly just little pieces of scrap because it doesn't take much paper to do this. And actually, in her video, she stamped a lot of hers. And anyway, she has one that she actually did a real unique little old book cover pages, where she covered hers, kind of like a mosh-podge of the pages and things. Anyway, be sure and check out her channel. Check out her tutorial for these little art journals. I'm going to put the link to that in the description box. So be sure and check that out. Now, for the covers and the pages, she used the sketch paper. You know, just sketch, artist sketch paper. This is a really thick paper. And I did use the cover, I used this sketch paper to do my covers. But the pages, I didn't want quite that thick. So what I found was at Target, I found this little paint and marker pad, heavyweight acid-free paper. It wasn't very high. I know it was probably $2 or I don't know, something like that. It wasn't very high for 40 sheets. And it is a really nice weighted paper for just journaling and things. So I bought it, and this is what I made my pages out of. Also, she used protector sheets, and what I used for the inside of mine, and I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. The seam binding, of course, just ties around the book. Like I said, these were so much fun, and I love seam binding, so the more seam binding, the better for me. I did fussy cut Dorothy out of the paper there, and just I glued this down. And of course the back I also papered. And here is the inside. Here is the magic vase. I've just got it kind of backed and distressed it around. Here is a little pocket in the front, and I made a couple of the little Tin Man booklets there. And they just sit in that little pocket right there. Now, the protector sheets is what she used here, but I have a whole bunch of just things that have come out of, you know, that you get your embellishments out of these little cellophane bags here. Like here is something I bought at Target, you know, off the dollar bin, and I will take these envelopes out and I will actually put them in with my other envelopes. But use these things that you're trashing anyway. That's what I did. I just cut them down to fit. Also, if you buy the paper in a package like this, save these packages if you plan on doing, you know, anything like this, because that, you know, just recycle what you have. If you have them, you know, if you don't, then you'll have to go buy protector sheets. But now, if you already have like those little bags that your even bling has come in, just use those. But washi tape to kind of just, because what it is one end is sealed, because that is the end that you're not cutting, and then you'll have one end open if you use those bags, or even if you use protector sheets, you're going to have one end open. And so anyway, washi tape on both sides there. And I did just cut out some of the little cards and things out of the paper here. You know, I've got the little lion, Tin Man. And those are to put on the pages if I, you know, journal there and want to add a little something on the pages. And then I took a little Tim Holtz clip, is what I did, and just kind of held them in with that clip. And then I did stamp the Once Upon a Halloween there through the different pages. And then just some more fussy cutting like the poppies and things. Some more of the little cards in there, just shut with the paper clip. Then here is another one. Now this is some Prima paper. I can't remember the names of it. A lot of these are just those little 6x6 pads I had, or like the little, like this is off the 12x12 paper, but I had just hardly nothing left but enough to cover that book. So these are just from the 6x6s, or, you know, just scrap papers laying around. This one here I kind of distressed just all of it. And then here's the front. And here is my little pocket there, and I've just got a bunch of the little, I just made these little booklets is what I did. And these are this is just one of Prima's little 6x6 pads there. And then this is Tim Holtz washi tape there. Another clip holding in the little cutouts I did. And this book here I actually distressed, and I took a baby wipe and I kind of just went around the page with a baby wipe because I wanted it to have the crinkled look like it was aged. So anyway, I love how this turned out. I love the crinkled pages. And then I just took and glued a little, like the little different stamps that come in that was in that paper pad cut aparts, and just did that. And then here's just some more cutouts and another clip to hold them in there. And there's that one. Like I said, these were really fun, and they were super addictive. Just like when I did one, I just wanted to do another one and another one. So they're really quick, they're fast, they're easy. See if I can get this undone without tangling on my seam binding there. Now this is the romance novel paper here, Prima's, and I just added the journal there. And here's, of course, the back. And here I've got some more, a couple more little booklet. Oh, this is actually an envelope. Yeah, these are the little envelopes here that come in the set. So, and then here are some more of the cutouts and some washi tape. And I don't know whose washi tape that is. I don't. It might be Tim Holtz. I just don't know. And then this is a stamp that I got at Tuesday Mornings one time, and so I stamped the front side. Now I didn't the back because I wanted to leave that for enough space for journaling, but you know, the front can be journaled on, but just not as much as the back can be. And then here's some more of the cutouts with the Tim Holtz clip. And you know, another thing these little books could be good for is those little Instax, the Instax mini photos, their Instax camera photos, and journaling, because this is perfect size for that. And then here is another Prima. This is another Prima paper, another little 6x6 pad. And there's the back. And then here's a couple of little of the cutouts that was in that paper collection. Some more of the cutouts. And here I just stamped with some green or olive colored ink some butterflies on these pages. And then here's the back with some more little cutouts. Another clip holding them in there. And then here is some Nutcracker Sweet. And I had just, well, actually I had quite a bit of this paper left. When Graphic 45 came out with the Nutcracker Sweet, it probably wasn't one of my favorite collections. I didn't care for the purple that much in with the Christmas and the red. But anyway, I thought, well, I'll make one because I wanted to not distress the sides. I didn't want it to look vintage, and I wanted something Christmassy, so I just used some of that scrap paper that I had there. And here is the back on that. And then here is just some of the little postcards that have come out of the paper. And my washi tape was real limited. I don't have a lot of washi tape because I don't use it that much. And I really wished I had had some kind of purple washi tape or something that I could have used there, but I didn't. So, or even red would have been nice. But anyway, here's some little cutouts there from the collection. Here is the little Mouse King. I just did him in some purple, some light purple inks there. And then of course some more cutouts from the paper. And then here is, was the very first one that I had done. And I was going to try to actually stamp it all the way through, and I think I actually had stamped the cover and then I covered it over. I stamped the back, and I don't know, stamping just isn't something I do a lot of, I mean, other than in junk journals or something. So this was, like I said, this was the first one I made, and then I decided just to paper them because paper is my thing. So anyway, this is the Mad Tea Party paper right here. And this was just a little stamp I think I got on the Michael's dollar bin or $1.50 bin. And then here are some little sheets of some of the paper that I had stamped with that office clip on it, binder clip, and cut them out and put it there. Here are some little cutouts from the Mad Tea Party collection, and some more Tim Holtz washi tape there. And then I just stamped the Elixir stamp through the whole book. And then here are some more of the little cutouts there. And I probably should have stamped that somewhere, but I didn't. Like I said, though, this was the first one that I had made, so, you know, it was kind of my guinea pig. But anyway, like I said, these were so much fun. I had a great time making these little books. And I will, like I said, I will put that description, that link in that description box so that you can click on and check these out. And you know, these things are great gifts. They will be absolutely wonderful gifts to give away, especially with Christmas coming up. So anyway, thank you so much for watching.